in car number 15. His real name is Brian, but we all call him Spanky. Car number 0 from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. That's an old Thunder Road car. That's a Hudson with a straight 6 engine underneath the hood. That's Barry Roy in car number 0. That car won a ton of races at Thunder Road over in Barry, Vermont, with Tony Colicchio behind the wheel. Car number 198 out of Jaffrey, New Hampshire. That's Dave Wright. On the outside, the 69B from Lee, Massachusetts, Bob Seward in the 69B. On the inside, on row number 3, out of Cavendish, Vermont, that's Alan Davis in the old Lou Lazaro, car number 4. How cool is that? In the Alligator, number 176 from Barry, Vermont, that's Lloyd Hutchins Jr. That car ran at the old Pine Speedway with Bobby Edwards at the wheel. And starting shotgun, number 088, that's Angie Bullock out of Greenfield, New Hampshire. She's a rookie in this division. The car is not. The 088. And they've got that big orange hauler out there with the Dave Dion, the old Dave Dion hauler. They packed 3 of those things in there. Angie Bullock out of Greenfield, New Hampshire told me last night she went to Thunder Road for the first time. She said, you know, I'm usually pretty good at places like White Mountain and Monadnock. She's like, I wasn't scared of the quarter-mile bull ring. She said, I have no idea what I'm doing at Thunder Road. So she's happy to be on the wide open spaces here at Devil's Bowl. We'll go 12 laps for the Sportsman cars. The New England Antique Racers, Spanky Bancroft and Barry Roy in row number 1. And here we go. Bobby Bigelow looks him over. We'll go green. Now these cars are more show than go, and the drivers will readily admit that, but in practice they were getting them moving earlier today. I mean, they were, especially, you'll see the modifieds coming up later, and they were really cranking them. Just enough to get loose there. Spanky Bancroft, you watch the rear end of that 15 car wiggle. Barry Roy, the leader in the number 0, the 69B. That's Bob Seward out of Lee, Massachusetts. And then the 4 of Alan Davis in that Lou Lazaro car. I just love that thing, man. It's got a 37 Plymouth body on that car. Oh, the 198's in trouble. Dave Wright going to go home. Lloyd Hutchins starting to make a move on the outside in that 176, the Alligator, the old Bobby Edwards car out of the Pines. Spanky's falling off the pace here. Got to spank that thing a little bit harder there. Spanky Bancroft in the 15. Barry Roy leads it in the 0. And Seward, old Bob Seward in that Lee, Massachusetts in the 69 on the outside, looking to make a move here too on the backstretch. And he'll take over the lead. Lou Lazaro in the Alan Davis in the 4. He's up to 3rd, and he's starting to look a little bit sporty. I don't know if he's going to wait much longer. They don't want to wrinkle these things, but they're not going to give up either. It'll be halfway when they come back. Halfway for Barry Roy. He's been around this place before, says it's one of his favorite tracks. A lot of these drivers travel around to different tracks around New England, and they say, boy, Seward really on it there that time. You can feel the tower shake. Holy cow. A lot of these drivers say, though, that this track compares the most of any of the tracks that they go to Stafford Motor Speedway down in Connecticut, just outside of Springfield, Mass. Nice long straightaways, big round corners. Not terribly high banked, and the race cars really like it. Holy cow, if you look in the windshield of the number 4 car, next time he comes around, you'll see something sticking out in the windshield, folks. I really do believe And that's the top of the air breather. I think it's stuck in the windshield. I think it flew off and it's stuck. Let's see if Jim can zoom in on this thing. Look at that. That's the top of the air breather stuck right in the windshield. I just love it. That might be the whole air cleaner. Holy cow. Lazaro would be proud. Bob Stewart getting on it down the backstretch. I mean, that thing's got some life into it. Beautiful paint on that Plymouth over there, that 69 car. Got a chance to look at it up close earlier today. And these cars travel all over the place. Like we said, they were at Thunder Road last night. The near drivers, they go to New Hampshire Motor Speedway and run these cars once a year. They run on the high banks at Thompson Speedway down in Connecticut. Star Speedway. They even go to the dirt up at Bear Ridge every now and then. Coming up on the white flag when they come out of 4 this time by, and they haven't decided it yet. Barry Roy in that 0 car keeps fighting back with that little Hudson motor. Bob Stewart is on it too there in the 69. Alan Davis in the 4. I'm still rooting for Alan Davis. With the air cleaner stuck in the windshield with that old Lou Lazaro paint job in the 4. Checkered flag in the air, and the winner will be Bob Stewart out of Lee, Massachusetts. Barry Roy will take second, and Alan Davis will come home third in the 4 car. And we'll head trackside and get a word with our top 3 finishers. Bob Stewart in the 69 car will take the win.
I got your back.
As we try to figure out what happened with our victory lane finishers here, we'll at least get a word with the winner. This thing is pretty. I mean, you had some horsepower in this thing, huh?
Just keep me going around a little bit for my age, you know.
How old are you? Can I ask?
77.
You're just getting started then.
I'm getting started. Yeah.
How long you had this car? Tell us a little bit about the backstory here.
Well, I've had it for 5 years. I bought it used and rebuilt it, and I've been running it for the last 5 years. My son helps me sometimes. Kind of a pit crew by myself, really. But
now, where did this car race before?
This is race up in Monadnock.
Well, it's a fairly local car.
Yeah, I'm from Great Barrington.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about what was this car's former life?
Number 24.
And who was the driver? Do you know?
Fuzzy Holcomb.
Oh, all right. I've heard of that guy, Fuzzy Holcomb. All right, and so you're having all kinds of fun. You had this thing for 5 years then, and you're a one-man show, huh?
I'm one-man show.
Well, it paid off tonight, man.
Thank you.
All right, well, let him hear it. Bob Stewart's going to go home to Great Barrington, Mass., and this is Amy from Central Vermont Motorcycle. And she's got the award. We even got a pretty girl for you, Bob. I'll get, if Barry can get out of the car here, Barry. I guess Alan Davis went home to work on the air cleaner, but we'll at least get a word with our runner-up. Barry Roy, we've seen you here before. You like this place, don't you?
Yeah, this place is great. The car loves it, too.
I can see that. You've been down on the podium here a few times.
Yeah, a little six-cylinder doesn't know it's a 6. It thinks it's a big-ass V8.
A big-ass V8. I love it. This was one of the old Andy Cody cars from over at Thunder Road, correct?
Yes, it is. Yep.
And Tony Colicchio was the driver way back in the 60s, right?
Back in the day, yep.
How long have you had this car?
It's not mine. It belongs to Lloyd.
Well, how long has Lloyd been letting you play with it?
4 years now.
4 years. And you've got more trophies in this thing than he ever thought of, huh?
I don't know.
Well, I think I know.
Not more than Coluccio, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. He was just about unbeatable at the road. But we thank you for coming out, and we hope you had a lot of fun.
It's all our pleasure. This is a great place to run. We love it.
All right, Barry Roy is going to go home with a trophy tonight. He's out of Fitchburg, Mass. That's Bouchard territory, isn't it? There, Fitchburg. And then, of course, Alan Davis. Lost the air cleaner, but we'll give him a trophy in the pits anyway. I guess he decided to go home. Out of Greenfield, New Hampshire. That's one of those Camaros, and on the outside is the other Camaro, the 76 of Rick McDowell. He's out of Sheffield, Massachusetts. His neighbor's Andy McKetty, the wild child there from Lebanon Valley. On the inside, in the Mustang, that purple number 77, just a gorgeous car. That's Tom Trempe out of Jaffrey, New Hampshire. Actually, that's an all Mustang row number 2 there. The 7X is Wesley Roach. He's out of Nashua, New Hampshire. On the inside, in the Pinto-bodied modified, that's the number 99 for Bob Donahue out of Jaffrey. A lot of Jaffrey, New Hampshire guys. I think they're all ice racers, too, in the off-season. In the 73 from Norwich, Connecticut, that's an old Waterford Speedbowl car, Scott Poirier. That's another Pinto there. The 99K, actually, this guy was a winner here at Doubles Bowl last season out of Housatonic, Mass. This is Joe Kiefner in that Gremlin-bodied car. And the other black and pink 99, that's the 99X for Richard Trempe out of Jaffrey, New Hampshire. So here come the mods. We'll do 12 laps for these guys as well, the New England Antique Racers. The Rosenberger 50/50's on sale right here on the front stretch, just $1 a chance. So, 2 Camaros in the front row, 2 Mustangs in the second row, 2 Pintos in the third row, then a Gremlin and an old Cavalier-bodied modified. That's like the 80s style wheel and modified tour. That's when Richie Evans was really at his best right there. I see that little smile across your face, Jim. The 199 Billy Kemp, he's been around this antique racers game forever. He's the one with that Dave Dion hauler. So he'll be on the pole with Rick McDowell from Sheffield, Mass on the outside. McDowell just about wore the wheels off that thing in practice earlier today. We opened up the gates for these cars a little bit early. McDowell was out there every second of the entire practice. He was first in line and last to get off. He was out there for about an hour and a half straight, never stopped. So we'll see if he remembered to put some gas in it for the feature. Here we go, 12 laps for the near modifieds. Yo! These are the cars with the 12-inch wide tires and the 800 horsepower engines. And you can see Billy Kemp getting on it a little bit there on the backstretch, the 199. But I watch these things pretty closely in practice, and I'll tell you that the fastest car here is that number 73 for Scott Poirier in that Pinto modified. And you keep a watch on him. He's running third right now, that blue and gold, number 73 Pinto. That thing is a rocket ship. And if he breaks out of the jam here, he will be gone. McDowell and the Camaro on the outside, giving it a pretty good run in that 76. Billy Kemp in the 199, hanging on with him. Keep your eye on that Gremlin out of the back too, Joe Kiefner in the 99K. And the other 99, Bob Donahue. Must be something with that number. 3 99s and a 199, all in the same feature. It's a scorer's dream. Billy Kemp not giving it up pretty easily there on the 199 and the 76 of Rick McDowell, making him work for it. Tire smoke there in the middle of the pack. Don't wrinkle these things, boys. Geez, whatever you do. Tom Trempe in that purple Mustang. There he goes. There's that 73. I told you, Scott Poirier in that Pinto. Now he's gotten on it. McDowell starting to fight back on the outside in that Camaro. Here comes Bob Donahue in the 99, another Pinto, and the Mustang of Trempe in the 77, Tom Trempe. Bob Donahue, he used to actually race on the NASCAR Modified Tour way back in the day. Still getting his thrills. He's on the outside now in that black and pink number 99. Uh-oh, Billy Kemp headed to pit road. The 199's out of it. Bob Donahue now going for the lead in that 99. Scott Poirier on the inside. They're starting to get comfortable out there. I'm telling you, if you let these guys run with our modifieds, I bet they'd keep up with them. I really believe that. Of course, they don't want to wrinkle the things, but... Donahue in that 99 now with the lead. Poirier in the 73 back to second. Good race for third between the Mustangs. Trempe on the outside in the 77. Wes Roach in the the 7X. And the 99X of Richard Trempe. Two laps to go for the New England Antique Racers, the modified division. And this thing is turning into a little bit of a race here. Poirier is not done in that 73. Bob Donahue in the 99. And Scott Poirier in the 73. The Pinto's going at it. That used to happen here at Devil's Bowl every Sunday back about 40 years ago. Final time through 3 and 4, and honestly, I have no idea who it's going to be here. The 99 of Bob Donahue, the 73 of Scott Poirier, a checkered flag, and it looks like Donahue's going to hold him off. The Pinto revolution back in the early 70s on the modified scene. And actually, Devil's Bowl was one of the first tracks to have one of the first Pintos here when that Bud Judkins number 2X car came here back in 1971. And here he is climbing out. Bob Donahue, your winner. Bob, come on over here. Come on over here. Bob, this is Amy from Central Vermont Motorcycles, and she's going to give you the winner's trophy. That looked like it was fun, man.
That was a riot. This place is fun. It's the first time I've ever been here.
I bet you're going to come back every week now.
Every year anyway, yeah.
We could start you on the tail of our modified feature if you want.
I don't know how I do with that, but...
You'd blow their doors off, and you know it. Now, what's the story here on this Pinto? I love the Pintos, but you got to tell us a little bit more about the 99 car here.
This is a car that me and my guys actually built. I bought this, it's an 82 Troya chassis. We bought it at the flea market 7 years ago for $300, and we made the car. Cut a Pinto body up, put it together, and this is the first year we've run it. It's the fourth time I've run it.
Is this your first win with it?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, we love the fact that it came here at the Bowl. You know, this is one of the first tracks to have one of the first Pintos back in the 70s, and it's kind of cool to see a Pinto back in Victory Lane here. We're glad it was you.
I like being here. This is a nice track. Hope we can come back.
Well, we'd love to have you back. We'll see you next year, huh?
Thank you.
There you go. This is Bob Donahue out of Jaffrey, New Hampshire. And we got another Pinto in second spot. I'll ask you the same question. Was that fun?
That was fun. Bob just had a little bit for me at the end. I started getting tight, and I had to let him go. Otherwise, we'd wreck each other.
I watched you in practice. You were having way too much fun out there. And then this thing, I mean, side by side. I was worried if you guys were going to wrinkle him there for a second.
Yeah, this is Bob's and my first time ever here. This is a fun track. Hey, thank you all you fans for sitting there and watching us.
All right, well, we thank you for putting on a great show. Scott Poirier out of Connecticut. He'll come home in second spot tonight. And third place tonight, man, this thing, I love the tour mods, and you guys are having all kinds of fun, huh?
Awesome time. Awesome time.
Now, what's the story with this one? This looks like an actual, tour car from back in the 80s, yeah?
This is a 1982 Chevy Cavalier on a Troyer chassis. Bob is actually the owner of it, and I get to drive it.
Well, that's a pretty sweet job for you.
Yes, it is.
Richard Trempy out of New Hampshire. Give him a big round of applause. Amy, get over here. My gosh. Out of Central Vermont Motorcycles. Thank you very much. All right, folks, let him hear it. We'll see him back here next year. Their annual visit, the New England Antique Racers. And it looks like...